As a business owner, do you ever wonder if your business ever closes early when you aren't there? Or if it opened on time this morning? Stop wondering. With Smarter Business Security powered by Alarm.com, get alerts sent directly to your phone when your business opens and closes. An all-in-one service that helps you understand who's coming and going in one store or across all your store locations. Know everything that's happening at your business with Smarter Business Security powered by Alarm.com. See how by visiting alarm.com/business today.
Welcome. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, and you are listening to Good Deeds Live. I know you're having an awesome, a fabulous, a wonderful day, afternoon, depending on where you are. And we here at Good Deeds, we want to stop a minute and just say, we just thank you for supporting us in all the things that we do. You know, we just love you, and we're still number 57 on the podcast of all the United States podcasts. And, you know, it's plenty and more starting, and, you know, we do coaching for that. So we actually are so excited about that. But what I want to let you know is thank you for taking time for downloading, taking time to look at us on our website. You know, the analytics looking good. But also on YouTube as well, and all the things we do on social media. We just want to say thank you, because you believe in us, and we thank you for that, because guess what? We believe in you always. We always believe in you. If you need a shoulder crown, if you need, like as my grandma used to say, a kick in the bottom, you know what I mean. We're going to do it because we need you in your purpose. Because if you're in your purpose, you can help somebody else move forward in this journey we call life. That's what we do. So what we, you know, the things that we do here, we just love to empower and motivate you that you can shine your light to the world. And the light is your dreams, goals, your passions, your purpose, and, of course, your destiny in life. That you can take the need away from somebody else so they can have a fulfilled life. That's what it's all about, right? But let's get to the question of the day. The question of the day, or the afternoon, depending on where you are, if you're listening live or to the archive. The question for Dr. Renee is, and it's, you know, I get personal questions. You know, I get questions about, you know, walking in the destiny and the things that I'm doing. But the question today is, Dr. Sunday, how did you know that you were walking in your purpose? How did you know? I mean, what steps did you do to help, you know, make this come to pass, you know, fruition? So what I did, I have to be transparent with you. I do teach people how to identify their purpose. That's why I have so much of a passion for it, because guess what? I didn't realize what mine was. I knew I had the spirit of help. I love helping people. As you know, I am a board-certified anesthesiologist, and I've done that. I'm so grateful for 18 years. But, you know, I was happy being an anesthesiologist, but I knew something was inside that I wanted to give back to society. I wanted to help take the need away. I wanted to help a lot of people, which I was. You know, I mean, I've been working for 18 years. If I really sat down to calculate, it's thousands and thousands of people that I have been part of the anesthesia plan, that they actually have had, you know, surgery, procedures, etc. But the thing about it is what I didn't know, because let me tell you, I went through, as that song said, the song that we love to play on the broadcast is From Pain to Purpose. I actually lost my job not once but twice. The second time I went from 6 figures to zero in one day, in 24 hours. Yeah. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but it was a big adjustment. I had to reinvent myself. You see what I'm saying? And the medical field is totally different from the things that I'm doing now. In regards to this, when I go to, I did anesthesia today. When I go into a patient's room, I shake their hand, male, female, children, you know, and I say, I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. I have the honor of being your anesthesiologist today. Knock on wood, I have not had anyone refuse for me to do their anesthesia. But the things that I do now with the coaching, the life coaching, you know, I'm a certified life coach. I'm a business coach. I'm a grief counselor. You know, I'm a best-selling author, publisher. Also, you know, we have the nonprofit organization. But the many things that we do, of course, a speaker, the things that we do, and, you know, I'm a platform builder. My team said I didn't say platform. They so funny. okay? But the things that I do, I call it corporate America. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but it's totally different from the medical field. This is my equivalent, if you will, of corporate America, because like I just said, no one, not only has anesthesia to do the anesthesia, but I have some clients now that I coach, that I mentor, that buy my online programs, et cetera, and they have watched me for 3 years. Now, majority of the patients, they don't watch you for 3 years. They need to have their surgery and their anesthesia, when they come. And so that was a big, and I'm going to say challenge, because I actually had to get mentorship and coaching to get over that, because I didn't understand, because I was the same person. But that's why I give back so wholeheartedly in the things that I do, because I was trucking along, didn't realize I was coaching my patients, didn't realize I was speaking life to my patients, didn't realize I was giving them gems and nuggets that they actually can walk out their purpose, that they can feel better. And that's what I do now, is the coaching and the media coaching and all the things that I do, radio, TV, podcasts, So that's why you have to have someone in your life that can push you forward in your, be a catalyst in your purpose, because a lot of people don't like change. Change, actually, think about a diamond. It goes through a lot for them wonderful diamonds we like, women and men. But the thing is, we have to be molded. We have to go through a challenge, and we have to go from pain to purpose. So a lot of the things that we're going through that don't feel so good, a lot of times that is what you've been called to help somebody else in a similar fashion, or what is common in your story to be somebody else's story. Of course, when the young man asked that question, went way into detail, because you know me. But I like to bring a light to other people, that they can find some gem that they can actually move forward. But I have to share that, and I kind of went a little long on that, but I just wanted somebody to glean from that, because sometimes you don't know. That's why I'm so passionate, and the different exercises, the different programs, the different coaching that I do is sometimes you need help identifying it. Now, when I lost my job twice, I had to reinvent myself. Of course, I still do anesthesia, but then the other stuff that I do. But I love it. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to just take a little drop of one of our platinum sponsors here at Good News Media Network, and we're going to have the amazing author, psychotherapist. He's been on frequent of the shows that I really like. I love Oprah. I said I just love her when I was on her platform. I just truly enjoyed it. And also he's been on CNN. He's the author of not one but two, not 10, but 12 books. So we're going to take this little break, and we'll be right back. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday.
This is John Schamberger, founder and CEO of Millionaires Trainings Only. We are proud to support and listen to Good Deeds Live every Mondays and Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time with your host, the platform builder, Dr. Nate Sunday. So remember, wherever your mind can conceive and believe in your purpose, it can achieve. And don't stop. Get it.
That's what I always say. You can't stop. So you got to don't stop. You got to get it. And we love our sponsors here. If you want more information about that, you can contact us at www.reneesunday.com. And, of course, all our social media, you can send us an inbox, and we'll get back to you real quickly with that. But we have the amazing, the world changer. I love the things that I have read and I have witnessed with this young man. We have Jonathan Robinson. He's a psychotherapist, author. I know he's going to get my diagnosis. He probably have already in the green room, but as I said, he's been a frequent guest on so many platforms. He's the author of 12 books. I love it. He's, a role model that I can get to that 12. I'm getting there. I think I'm about halfway there. But also he's been featured in, guess what, the USA Today, Reader's Digest. I love Reader's Digest and Newsweek magazine. He has led several, and we say several, workshops at Fortune 500 companies on communication and leadership. And we need both of those, right? And he is known as providing people with immediate, we won't stop immediate, but that's what he does. He's been gifted in that he can give us useful information in an entertaining way. So, we're going to remember it, because people say that about me, but, they remember it because you actually make it entertaining. But his latest book is called More Love, Less Conflict. And, we all right? But we don't want to delay. I know you have your pen and paper. We want to welcome none other than Jonathan Robinson, the Good Deeds. Are you there?
I'm here, Dr. Renee. I'm glad to be with you.
Jonathan, I love your energy already, so I can picture you right now and just, really taking someone that they elevate. They actually off the floor because they actually can. Already my energy, I want to run around the room already.
Great.
Oh, God. But, I only kind of tip the iceberg. Can you tell us a little bit more about the amazing things that you do and how you just really transform people, everybody you meet, and when you come across them, you transform their lives. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Well, luckily, Dr. Renee, I had a miserable childhood, so I say lucky because that got me into self-help and spirituality at the ripe old age of 12, and I started reading books and meditating and eventually really healed the depression and shyness that I had. And then I got on a mission, and the mission was to find the best methods and the quickest methods for getting back to a place of love and peace. And so I've interviewed over 100 people, a lot of them you would know, like Oprah and the Dalai Lama and the late Mother Teresa and Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dyer and all these people. I'm always asking them, what's your single favorite method that can be done in under 2 minutes a day that can transform your life? So that's what my books generally are about, is really good methods that I found can work with even a lazy person like me.
Wow, I love it. You're just amazing. When it comes to just communicating, just to bring in relationships, some people are, they say that they're not good at communicating, but we have to have that communication for any type of relationship to really evolve and actually be able to know what the other person needs and what they want in life. This is personal, and also, of course, in the corporate world and the things that we do. Tell us about that, because some people, there's a lot of factors go with that communication. So just a tip of the iceberg, because, of course, we need to book you and, of course, buy your material to dive deep. But what's some of the important things that's very important in regards to being a great, or even just being a communicator, but then after that, being a leader, if that's what you're called to?
Yeah. Well, one of the times I was on the Oprah show, I asked Oprah that question because, she was very poor and never lived in a house that even had running water, and she had a stillborn child from a rape at age 14, very difficult childhood. And, 20 years later, she was the most loved person on earth. So I said, what was the key? And she said, it's all about showing that you care and showing that you have empathy. So she said it really comes down to communication. And I agreed. But, it's interesting. Most people have no communication training, and that's what they do for 10 or 15 hours a day. We're always communicating. So when people get even 10 minutes of really good instruction, I find that their life changes because you now know more than everybody around you, and you can actually help the people around you and yourself get back to a place of love, and nothing's more important than that.
Wow. Well, let's kind of go a little deeper with that, because I know Oprah and all the people that she really have on her platform and network talk about love a lot. But especially like in Oprah's situation and so many others, we've had something to happen in our life that actually we, that wasn't good, whatever, we want to put the label on it. Do you think that, Oprah said, like you said, show love, but how can we really love when we have environment, if you will, or had something that hurt us down to the bone? What you think about that? Because I think a lot of people don't love themselves, and that's why they can't, immerse in other relationships and even walk out the purpose and calling that they've been called to.
Yeah, well, the word intimacy actually has the instructions for finding it in the word, into me see. And people like Oprah, the Dalai Lama, they are very vulnerable in revealing stuff about themselves. And that opens up a space for connection with other people. And I find that when you show people that you understand them and that you have empathy with them, amazing things can happen. I've had couples that come into my office, they've been arguing for 30 years and hate each other, and within 20 minutes of using the right methods, they're right back to a place of deep love and connection. I call that a communication miracle, and it's something that you can consistently create if you know the right way of doing that. But most people don't have a training, so they don't know how to do it. So in the More Love, Less Conflict book, I have 40 simple methods. And when I talk about simple, I mean they're like so simple that I can explain them in 10 seconds. But they really work well, and I thought you and I could even try one or two just so people would get a sense of what I'm talking about.
Oh, that'll be great.
Okay. Well, one very simple thing to do, and the background of this is that the number one predictor of how happy people are in relationship is the number of the number of appreciations they say to each other. Now, being a guy, I get caught up with work and things like that, so I sometimes forget to tell my wife what I appreciate. So I actually don't tell my wife this, Dr. Renee, but I actually have Siri on my iPhone remind me to do that every day. And I simply answer the question, what's something that I have appreciated about my wife in the last day? And I tell her. And when you do that, it creates a space for love to start to grow. It's very simple, and it's something that you and I can do right now, and all you have to do is fill in this sentence, and the sentence is, something I've noticed about you that I appreciate is. Now, we've only known each other for 7 minutes or so, but already something I noticed that I appreciate about you is you have an incredible amount of energy and enthusiasm. And plus, you must be very perseverant, because it's not easy to become a medical doctor, and it's not easy to then, change from that to becoming what you are now, a podcaster and coach. So I have great respect for people who can really pursue their dreams and do it with so much passion, and that's something I noticed about you.
Wow. Well, I'm very, I just love everything you do. I mean, the thing about it is, I think with your career, we need to, let me say this first, that we have to go back to what's inside of us. I think a lot of people go with what's the external, but what I really like about your profession, being a psychotherapist, is we don't realize what's really going on in our mind is hurting what's on the outside. So I commend you for the calling, the purpose that you're in with psychotherapy, but then also you put it in the book to help us. And then, you've been out to so many different levels in regards of, television. And then also when you go to the different corporate places, because I think I mentioned it a little bit in the intro a little bit, that relationships on every level need to actually have great communication. So I think I did pretty good of appreciating you as well.
Yeah, well, you already did, and I get that. And, when you share appreciation, that's a good foundation for a relationship. There's methods in the More Love, Less Conflict book that have to do with understanding people, of getting over problems quickly. And, a good method really helps because, I'm building a deck right now, and I started off with a handsaw, and I was able to do 2 boards in about 20 minutes. Then my wife got me a power saw, and I was able to do 40 boards in about the same amount of time. So a really good method makes you a lot more efficient at getting to the place of love that we really want to get to.
Wow, I just love that, because that's just a whole nother level. But let's tie this in now, because you actually you deal with communication, and then you tie in regards to leadership. What's your views on that? Because I think somebody said, I can't remember who said it now, and I love to give people their props, but some school of thought think that you can teach a person to be a leader, and some people think that you're born a leader. Talk about that in regards of being a leader and how important communication is.
Yeah, I do a lot of corporate stuff around that, and I think you can teach somebody to be a leader. You know, when we see that people understand us and that they care about us, then we are fine to follow them. If we see that somebody doesn't understand us or doesn't really care about how we feel, then we don't want them to be our leader. So there are very simple ways to help leaders get a sense that they can communicate in a way that other people feel understood. You know, I never have couples come into my office and say, Jonathan, we really understand each other very well. That's why we want a divorce. You know, that doesn't happen. You know, if people understand you and you understand them, then you have really a great foundation for a relationship. And the good news is most people are really bad at this. I say that's good news because once they get good at it, all their relationships get better, whether it be with a mate or a child or a boss or a coworker, that it's really the foundation for feeling connected to people.
What? Yes. I totally agree with you with that. But let me ask you, this is just a question that I'm just kind of curious because, as I said, I'm thinking that what I'm doing now is my equivalent, and that's my personal equivalent of corporate America. But when you go into the different corporate entities, is there one thing or maybe a couple of things that stand out that actually is obvious why something, there may be, I'm going to say it in this way, maybe a breakdown, why the team is not working together, why this department is not being able to work together on a certain project. Have you experienced anything that really kind of stands out that's kind of being a barrier, if you will?
Yeah, usually whether it be a work situation or a relationship, the problem is that people are busy blaming each other, and the blame, complain, and shame method of changing somebody does not work at all. You know, I've never had where I told my wife what's wrong with her and all the things that she's doing poorly, where she came back and said, oh, yeah, now I see what you're talking about. Thanks for showing me that. That's never happened, you know. But we think that if we just show people how wrong they are, that they'll change. And we got to change that pattern, whether it be in the workplace or the bedroom, that there's other ways to communicate that really do get people to change, but they have nothing to do with blaming them.
I love that because I kind of thought that may be the answer of, wow, that is just the blaming game. I see that even in my profession as being in the medical field, that people, well, first of all, they don't want to take ownership of what they're doing, and they always a layer of saying this one did that instead of, you know, having accountability of what they said and you know, have done, which may not be, a bad outcome, but you just got to be able to stand up and do the right thing because, and I think that's where I want to kind of go into now with all the amazing books that you have penned. Oh, it's amazing. The thing is, how can we, and of course we need your services, we need your books, but how can we move from knowing that we have these concerns that we actually can be better and make at least our circle, if you will, and the things that we come in contact with a better world, a better life?
Well, you know, when dancing, it really does take two to tango, but I found that with communication, it really only takes one person or one partner who communicates clearly, and it's kind of contagious. You know, blame is contagious. When one person blames another, it creates a blame in the household or blame in the workplace. But when one person learns how to communicate from love and understanding, it's also why I focus so much on communication is that it's not just something that changes your life and creates more love and less conflict. It's something that changes your kid's life and the people that you care about, because by modeling good communication, other people get in the game as well. And I think that it's probably the quickest way to change a workplace situation or a family situation from conflict back to love.
I love it. I love it. So tell us just briefly, because, you know, the listening audience know I'm real big on purchasing material. Tell us a little bit more about your new release. And you know, I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is he's 12. Isn't that amazing? I just love it. You have probably much, much more books that's going to be coming out of you as well. So tell us a little bit more about More Love. I think we've been talking about it a lot already, but More Love but Less Conflict.
Well, a couple things. One is I do have a website called morelovelessconflict.com, and your listeners can download for free something called the 12 Questions of Instant Intimacy. And these are 12 questions you can ask anyone, and it immediately leads to a more intimate conversation. So that's something that people can get, and they can read the first chapter of the book for free there as well. In the book, you know, really I stole the best methods from everybody else. And because when I get stressed, I don't want to use complicated theory or methods. I want a method that's so simple that I can use it in under a minute. So let me give like an example of a method that my wife used to end all our arguments. You know, 25 years ago when we were married, we used to argue a lot, and now we haven't had an argument in over 8 years. And it just involves saying 2 words. That's pretty simple. And so whenever she or I are starting to get stressed or getting irritated at each other and it's starting to escalate, all we have to do is say the words red light. And when we say those words, it's a signal that we have to take 2 minutes to stop talking and just relax and calm down. And by the time we're done with the 2 minutes, we're more rational and we don't go into escalating into an argument. So little things like that can really make a huge difference. So I put all my best methods in the More Love, Less Conflict book because I wanted, families and friends and also workplace situations to have these tools available so that they could have a better life.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, time goes by so quickly here, but I do want to get in before we conclude here for this amazing session we're having. In regards of your amazing, when you go to your workshops that you do at the corporate level, and also the different interviews you do, and then your amazing books, do you actually still have time in your business schedule to do one-on-one or even group coaching as well, or counseling, I should say?
Yeah, I sometimes do that because I really like it. But when I do it, I never do more than 3 sessions because I find I have about a 98% success rate in 3 sessions or less, and that gets people really focused. I don't believe in real long-term counseling. You know, if you use the methods, that's really all you need. So when I do sessions nowadays, it's usually for 1, 2, or at most 3 sessions.
Wow, that is powerful. I think that's the first time I heard a professional say that. That's amazing. But I respect that you know your stuff, you know, at credibility, and you know what you're doing. But I see what you're saying, because a lot of times, and this is what I find out just even on the coach level, that a lot of people end up answering their own questions instead of someone per se dictating to them. And I think that's very powerful as well. When they have that light bulb experience, they're able to say, oh, that was already inside of me. But a lot of times from a mentor, coach, and, of course, a psychotherapist, and even, in the mental health, as we extend that, we need that to be a part of all the things that's going on in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and my job is to really give people the tools so that they can do stuff on their own and not to depend on me. And when I do that, if I give them something that works for them, then they have a friend for life.
Wow. I just love it, Jonathan. You're just amazing. You're amazing. Now, like I said, time goes by so quickly here. Now, tell us any other things that you want us to know, and, of course, tell us how we can get your amazing, you said it a minute ago, but repeat that, and tell us how we can support you on social media as well.
Sure. Well, my last bit of advice for people is try different things that could work to improve the amount of love and peace in your life. And when you find something that works, keep using it, because that's what's really going to change your life. And people can connect with me through the morelovelessconflict.com website, and they can download the 12 questions of instant intimacy for free, and or send me an email. That's fine. And keep on looking for what works for you, and sometimes that takes some time. But as I said, once you do that, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping your family and the entire world.
Wow, I totally agree with that. Ooh, I'm just so excited. For Jonathan Robinson, we want to thank you, first of all, for being in your purpose. We just love the things that you do and how you transform, thousands, millions of lives. And then also we thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to be a guest here on Good Deeds. If you need us for anything, please don't hesitate to contact us.
My pleasure, Dr. Renee. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're ready for the replay, and all of Jonathan's information will be on our website, social media, so you can please, he's giving you a great opportunity to actually see the amazing thing doing. We got 12 books that we can get to. And I forgot to tell him I have several of them, and I'm truly enjoyed it. It has transformed my life. But the thing about it, I just love it. But you know what? You got to be in your purpose so you can help somebody else. That's what this whole thing about. And show love, and have gratitude, be grateful. But, here we can help you with anything. You want to be a guest, for example, here on our podcast radio, contact us. If you want to launch your own, let us know. We actually do, media coaching. I kind of do it with a little twist from some other people that do podcast coaching. We do it a little different, but, it actually expands your distribution, so that's the reason we do that. Also, if you want just to do a segment, we actually have that opportunity as well. We do have a spirituality base that we do only on Tuesdays, and that's on Tuesday evenings from 7 to 8. If you have a book, got to get that book. I know you have a book inside you. I know. But, get the book out. We do have a publishing company called Sunday Publishing. I'm a best-selling author, so I know how to get that done. We've done that with every one of our books. And we have a nonprofit organization. If you're looking for a 501c3 to connect with or even to donate, we actually take care of our brothers and sisters, the things we take for granted, food, clothing, and shelter. We also have a mentorship, and we have another educational piece, and then we have a scholarship for the kids to go to college, and we have a SUN program, SUN, in honor of my brother and my godson, and we help families that have loved ones in the intensive care unit in the hospital. So if you know any hospital, people work in the hospital, any nursing home, let us know so we can expand into your area. I love you guys. I love you. But the website is www.reneesunday.com. If you need me to come speak or minister to your people, your women's group, men's group, we can do that. Okay? But all that info is on our website. And I'm an anesthesiologist as well if you need someone to talk about the health and the things that's going on in the world health-wise. But, I always put that in my talks anyways. But let me know, okay? But the thing is, I want you to know that you do have a calling. You do have a purpose. You do have a reason you were born. Now, I know you're about to hold your ear, but darn, you got that no mistake. You are not a mistake, okay? That's what you need to know. So whatever happens in your past, it's okay. It's going to be all right. But you have to do three things. You got to believe, you got to trust, and you got to walk it out. And you got to don't stop. You got to get it. And this is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. See you next time. Bye-bye.